Hello everyone. So now we will move with properties of determinants. So it is one of the most important concept for all competitive or boards, whatever it may be. It is important. So we have chosen this topic. So let us start. Let us assume a determinant. As we all know, determinants ka basics A B C D E F G H and I. Right. If this is my determinant A, okay, let this be A, then which I'm marking with this thing, these are rows, remember these are rows, and which I'm marking with pink color, these are columns. Okay, now ABC is the first row, this is the first row, this is the second row, and this is the third row. Okay, and this will be your first column, this will be your second column, and this will be your third column. Right. Okay, and here if I take E and it is A A, it is which rows it means it is into which row and which column is it belonging to? It is belonging to the second row, you can say second row E, and second column, so we'll represent it A22 like this, and we will put a square bracket like this. Okay, if I'm taking if I'm taking F will belong to A, here it is third row, so first here this is row and this is column. Okay, column, so A, it is belonging to second row and third column, so this is the representation. We can't consider it as property, but it is somewhat basic of determinant. It is basic of determinant. Okay, it was just the basic. Now we will see actual properties of determinants. Okay, so to study the properties of determinant, we wanted this basic things, so just it was a refreshment. Right, so here the first property of the determinant states that okay, right, see, I'll be explaining first property, second property, and all now. Right, the first property of the determinant states that the value of determinant does not change when its rows and columns are interchanged. The value of determinant, if the rows and columns are interchanged, if I'm interchanging the first row with the first column, means what? We will see now. Okay, so by after interchanging the first row to first column, my determinant A will be equal to like this: A11, A21, A31, and here A12 and A13, and here it will be as usual A22, A32, A23, and A33. It will be like that only. But the thing is that I have interchanged this two, it has become here. Okay, and this has become this thing. See, you can observe it. Okay, so by interchanging, the value of the determinant will remain the same, A. Its value is also A and its value is also A, so this is one of the property. We can interchange two rows or two columns. Next property we will see. This was your first property, that is if I interchange any row with column, so the value of the determinant will not change. The value of the determinant will not change. Second property, if any two rows or columns are interchanged, the value of determinant is multiplied by -1. If any two rows and columns are interchanged, means I can interchange this thing. Wait for a while. Yes, I can interchange this thing with this thing. If I interchange these two things, then A12 will come here, A22, A32, A11, A21 and A33, and this thing will remain the same. Okay, then this is multiplied with -1. If I interchange any two rows and columns, I can interchange this two like this also. Here, next thing what I'm doing here is I'm interchanging columns. Okay, not only rows, I can interchange columns also. If I'm interchanging column 1, now I have interchanged columns. Now I'll interchange rows. If I'm interchanging row 3 with row 1, row 3 with row 1, then what I will get? A31, A32, A33, and here this it will be same, and here A11, A12 and A33. So this value and this value is nothing but minus A. It is multiplied by -1. If I interchange any two rows or any two columns, not a row and a column. If I interchange a row and a column, it will be the first property, that will be the determinant will remain same. The value of the determinant will remain same. But here, according to second property, if I interchange any two rows and any two columns, the value of the determinant is multiplied by -1. If I interchange simultaneously two rows and two columns, the value will remain same, because minus into minus is plus. Are you getting the concept? So that was the thing here. Next is third property. Third property states that all the elements of any two row or any two column are identical, then one of the determinant is 0. Okay, here I will take A equal to 111, 213 and 111, or I will take one more B determinant, which is equal to 333, 333, 212, 333. So this both determinants are 0. Why the both determinants are 0? The third property states the same thing, that if any two rows or any two columns, if any two rows or any two columns are identical, if any two rows or any two columns are identical, then the value of the determinant is 0. The value of the determinant is 0. Next is the fourth. This was the most important property. This is the most important property to remember to solve the problems based in JEE, KCET, etc. And here we will move to the fourth concept, means fourth property. The fourth property states that if any row or any column, if any row or any column, wait, yes, if any row, if this row whole thing is 0, means A equal to, I can take 0, 0, 0, any real numbers whatever here, then the whole thing is equal to 0, or like this also 0, 0, 0, then the whole thing is equal to 0 only. So the property states that if any row or any column in any determinant is 0, then the property then the value of the determinant is 0 itself. Next, if some or all elements of a row, wait, I will just erase it. Right. If some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum or sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants also. See, if I am taking B determinant as A plus B, A plus C, A plus D, B, C, D, and one more thing, I am taking A and A. If this is the thing, How to solve this? But these are unknowns, a b a c a d, all are unknowns here. So to solve this thing, I can split this determinant as a b c d. As usual, I am taking the first thing here, b c d, and a here, and one more thing, I will be taking this thing here. Okay, and here addition symbol will be there because here we have addition symbol. Okay, so here it will be b c d, b c d, and a. What is the answer here? So here it is important to note that here we have two columns identical. If I have two columns identical, value of determinant will become 0. Sorry, not theta, 0. Here also we have BCD, then the value of determinant will become 0. So the whole thing itself is 0. I have just took an example of those properties and simultaneously this property. Okay, so this will be the conceptual thing of yours. Okay, right. Now I can multiply any row and add it to any row. So it is, in simple words, I have told you the fifth property of determinants. In simple words, I have told you the fifth property of determinant. What is fifth property now? If every element of every row or column of a determinant is added k times the corresponding element of other row or column, the value of determinant remains the same. See, let us see what is that statement. If A is equal to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, then I can multiply the third row I can multiply it with 3 and add to first row, then the determinant will not change. Then what is this thing here? Okay, I'll multiply the third row and add to first row. C, A plus 3C, A plus 3C, D plus 3F, and G plus 3I, and here as usual BEH, CFI. This is CFI. So what will be the value of this thing? The value of this thing is nothing but as usual A itself. Okay, so this was your last property. So now we will solve some of the questions based on the properties. These were the important properties of determinants. So now we will solve some of the questions. Here we have one of the simple question. Let us solve it. Okay, right. So the solution is that they have given 2, 3, 200, 300, 400, 250. If I had simplified in normal determinant way by doing like this on and all, it will take much calculation and much time for me. So by applying properties we can solve it easily. I can solve it. How? See, 200, let 200, 300 and 400 be like that only here, and here 250 I will break it into 200 plus 50, and here 300 plus 50, and here 400 plus 50, and here 111. Okay, right. So now by applying property as we have studied it now itself, okay, I can write it as 200, 300, 400, 200, 300, 400, 111 plus again 200, 300, 400, 50, 50, 50 and 111. Okay, so this value will be 0. Why 0? Because 200, 300, 400 here, 200, 300, 400 here, two columns are identical, then it will be 0. Then this will be 0. Then I am left with 200, 300, 400, 50, 50, 50, 111. Again I can break it into 150 plus 50, 250 plus 50. Again this thing and this thing will become 0. Okay, again I have left with something. Okay, so we can solve it completely to get the answer. After that we will remain with the simple numbers like 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, like that, and we can solve it by this method, by solving the determinant. Okay, so this was the determinants. Okay, sorry, so this was your determinants is done. The properties of determinants is done, and we have some more like adjoint ka properties and all. We'll solve it later. Thank you.